So now let's begin. We've been hearing a lot from you and request training sections of our product during the past years. And now we're finally here. Today is not just about learning more about our products, but also about working together to create the exceptional customer experience of Higold. And this is our first time to host the online class with our overseas friends based on different regions. So we are now experiencing time difference for all of you, and we will make our each section try to control it within 40 minutes. And let's do multiple times to make sure everyone can join in the future. So, okay, now let's back to our topic. Through this section, we are going to discover together the types of sinks and the installation process. So first of all, let's have a quick view of the space where our products can fix in. So the two space is like kitchen space and bathroom space. This two space plays an important role in our customers' house. The good quality products can directly improve their daily experience. In other words, it's not only newly renovated homes that can need our products. The older homes also need renovations. So here lies our business opportunity. And before diving into details, let's first overview the product categories of our company. So this will help you grasp a technical point more systemically later. And let's have a look. So Higold offers a very wide range of products, from sinks to faucet and the shower head and bathroom faucet or bathroom cabinet, the intelligent closed stool or the shower room. So normally it covering all your kitchen and bathroom needs. And there is a quick questions for you. When you're selling our products, what is the most frequent feature that our customer cares most? The material, size, or the installation type? Okay, so now let's start by breaking down the different classification of sink. We have 4 available types of sinks here. So the first one is the handmade sink. The second one is the stretch sink. The third one is quid sink. And the fourth one is smart purification sink. Now, what is the difference? We get a closer look of all of those. The handmade sink is the production process of handmade sink is relatively complex, and handcraft sink are featured smaller corner ready and larger basing area and a stronger linear aesthetic and offering more design flexibility. They can be customized and come in diverse shape. And another feature is it's actually slightly expensive than the stretch sink, like under the same material and the size. And second is the stretch sink. And stretch sink mainly include high hardness, excellent heat resistance, a density surface, and versatile designs, and low noise during use. The same thing here, normally is a little bit price friendly than handmade sink. And then is the cost sink. The cost sink mainly made in a simple manufacturing process, lower cost, smooth appearance, and high efficiencies in mass production. Our crisp sink are made in unique formula. So compared to other brands, cost sink is more soft and smooth and more skin feeling. And since it's all in one, it won't change colors when you swatch it. So from the top to the bottom, from the surface to the bottom, they are all the same. So as long as you use it, and it won't change color. The last one is the smart purification sink. Integrates the multiple functions, offering all-in-one capabilities such as dishwashing, water purification, fruit and vegetable cleaning. For our newest smart sink this year, we add a new technique which can defrost the meat within 20 minutes And also, it's a combination of a smart sink and a big size single sink together. When we show this to our customer here in China, and it's very like warm welcome, and lots of people are interested. If you are interested in our newest product, you can also test our product like for more information later after this section to learn about it. And then we're going to, like, the most people are curious about what is the difference between the stretch sink and the handmade sink. So this, because if you're not like working in this industrial, probably people like the customers you meet don't know the difference between the stretch sink and handmade sink. So now I'd love to show you the difference from their manufacturing process. So the sinks can be divided into the stretch sink and handmade sink, these two types. And the stretch sink is integrally formed with the sink surface and body stamped from a single step pallet, and eliminating the need for welding. And this avoids potential welding related issues such as the deformation or weak joints, while also offering a cost effectiveness. And currently, the standard steel thickness used range from 0.8 to 1 millimeter. The thicker pellets, for example, like 1.2 millimeters, are difficult to press even with a 500 turned hydraulic machine, making it challenging to produce the deep draw sink with a heavy gauge steel. Additionally, the stamped one-piece design results in relatively thin wall, limiting the base depth to under 200 millimeter, which restricts the space. So customization is also constrained due to the mode-depending production. So the stretch sink has 10-step manufacturing process, like we shows on here. The first step is the material cutting, and the second step is stepping and joining. And for this step, we can see our sink is almost here, like has this first shape here, and then it's annealing by machine, and then it's sizing, and then it's puncturing, trimming, and then it's flagging. So for here at this point, our sink is it's more to complete, and then we do the grading, polishing, and brushing. Then we do here the soundproofing pad installations, and then is the last step. We have the anti-condensation coating. Then we will do the cleaning for the sink, and then we do the quality check, and then packaging to our customer. There is so you can meet it. It's ready to meet you. And handmade sink are primarily crafted through manual production process, eliminating the need for stamping equipment. So instead, they are formed through cutting, bending, and welding, offering distinct advantage over one-piece stretch sink. So first, thicker steel constructions can utilize the heavy, gaugy steel pellets without thinning caused by stamping, resulting in a standard base. Second, no mod required, enable to fully customizable designs. Third, sharp angles and premium finish. It defines the edges and the superior textures for high-end aesthetics. Fourth, and deeper. It has a greater depth, which can do 200 to 250 millimeters. So it retrieves the smaller radius corner, like we call it R angle, and the near vertical walls, and maximize the usable space. And the last one is we perceived the sealing integrated, so not physical compromise to the metals, enhance the corrosion and the resistance. And for the manufacturing process of the handmade sink, we have 8 process. So we can see the difference between the stretch sink and handmade sink. So the handmade sink, the first step is laser cutting, and then do the CNC bending, and then we do the welding by hand. and then we do the polishing and the grading, and then we do the ultrasonic cleaning by machine, and then we do the soundproofing pad installations. Also, it's by our colleague, like really skillful colleague, and then we do the condensation coating. For here, they are the same as the stretch sink, and then the same we do the cleaning, the quality check, and then packaging, and they're ready to meet you. So this is the difference, and we can compare to the stretch sink and also the handmade sink. So now you have an overview of like how different, like what is the difference between these two sinks. So hopefully after you understand this, like it will help you when your customers asking you like what is the difference and why the handmade sink is more expensive, and what like how if you they want you to recommend like which is the best sink for them, and you know how to introduce it more. And next, we are going to explore our sink series classification. So each designed for a specific usage scenario. And take our BL 1.0 series as an example. So each model features fully upgraded drawage system, the unique stone pattern surface treatment, enhanced scratch resistance, and combine it with the biomimetic Ludus effect coating. It delivers superior oil resistance and making kitchen cleaning effortless and efficiency. So we can see here is the 5 major series we have for the sink for you. Like the first one is the BL series, and they are focused on the original design, and one of their big texture is like they are doing the stack texture for the surface, and all of them are doing the 304 stainless steel. And for this series, like the LS series, there are 3 major like products you can choose. So it's the LS 1.0 Pro, and the LS 2.0 and LS 1.0. So it has different design style. They're all handmade sink, and they have a large capacity, and they're also 304 stainless steel. And then we come to the third series of our sink is the Angus. The Angus like have 5 products as well. So it's C2, B2, B1 Pro, B1, and A1. So compared to these two, and they have an extra large single sink, and it's more cost effective, and it has the wide system selection. And for the HC is durable and rich style and colors. So for the 5th series is the CB series. They are our smart purification systems, and they are doing the smart sink. And for this series, we have multifunctional zoom washing. And now, as I mentioned in the previous page, we have the newest product here, and which can do the defrost feature. Okay, and now we are going to introduce the 3 installation methods, like after we introduce the classifications. So there are 3 installation methods for all the sink. The first one is the top mode sink. The top mount sink, we can, like, what is this? It shows on here like a picture. It's very easy to understand. So pretty much like the blue shapes here is stand for our sink, and here is for our cabinet countertop. So for the top mode sink, which we also call drop-in sink, and it's actually just put the sink like here, and the sink is overlap on the countertop. And the advantage of this installation method is easy to install with no risk of detachment over time. But the disadvantage of this type is hard to clean gaps where dirt accumulated and the steel edge are prone to mold. So for this one, if people want to ask you like what is the best way to install our sink, you can use this to introduce those to your customers. And the second one is the flush mode sink, which is also called the resist. So for the on the graph here, you can see it's actually put the sink like into the countertop. So they're combination together as one piece. So the advantage of this is to resolve the aesthetic shortcoming and the cleaning difficulties of the top mold sink while eliminating the risk of detachment common with under mold installations. So for this part, it's good looking and you feel smooth at the top when you touch it. But the disadvantage is demands a higher installation expertise and the precision with a greater potential for unsatisfactory results if not executed properly. So for this one, normally required to you have people who can help you to install these products with a high rich experience. And normally we do this like in the factory. So you need to send the sink to the factory to making sure they can do the countertop right. Otherwise, it's easy to break. And the third method is under mold sink. As shown on the graph here, we can see it's actually we're gonna install this sink in the between of the countertop and the item itself. So the advantage of this is seamless and clean appearance with no risk of water seepage or leakage at the edges. But the disadvantage is more complicated. The installation process is difficult maintenance in the long run and the poor load bearing capacity. So these are the advantage and the disadvantage of these three installation methods. And hopefully this can help you to introduce those ways to your customer when selling it. And you can also do the recommendation, the best recommendation on the situation. So now we are going to show you a video of the product installations. And let's see the video directly.
The new Higold all-in-one faucet sink arrived. The package is very tight. Some components have been pre-installed before leaving the factory. The colander, cutting board drainer, and faucet are also complete. First, according to the length and width of the sink, mark the countertop and make grooves according to the size. Second, here comes the point. This sink and faucet adopts a quick installation design, which doesn't require screwing. The matching extended handle is convenient for operation. The installation is completed as soon as the screw is tightened. All water pipes are connected according to the markings in the instructions, and then connect the gravity hammer. Third, disassemble the drainer head from the inside out and put it into the sink. Put on the rubber ring and tighten the drainer. Connect the accessories. Don't forget to connect the overflow to the drain pipe. Fourth, apply glass glue around it. Place the sink in the opening groove and make sure there is a tight seal between the sink and the countertop. Then connect the hot and cold water pipes. At last, put the cutting board and colander. Then it's ready. Have you learned? Follow Higold, original design, quality home furnishings.
Okay. So there is additional section compared to the morning sections because people are asking us like what is the stone texture craftsmanship here, like we mentioned earlier for our BL series. So we are going to give you a quick review of this section. So there are 4 key processes for stone texture processing. So we use SUS 304 material and 3D embossing, intention leveling, and flattening and grading and polishing process. So what is the 3D embossing? The metal is processed using a 1,200 tons high pressure 3D embossing machine to imprint the stone texture. And then we do the tension leveling. The embossing stone pattern sheet undergoes shapes correction using a leveling machine to eliminate the wrapping and ensure the dimensional accuracy. And then we will do the flattening. The texture shape is passed through a precision roller leveling machine to achieve a flat, defect-free surface. And then we go to the grading and polishing process, as the stone texture sheet is retreated with grading and polishing equipment to refine the surface, enhance the brightness and the smoothness for a premier appearance. Okay, and then we will do the triple cleaning process. So we use the ultrasonic and sprays and the purified water to remove the the residues and the dust from the surface. And then we do the fully automatic sandblasting process, which is high pressure sandblasting equipment propels glasses sprays or steel grit onto the sink surface and creating micro dampers to enhance the surface hardness. And then we will do the PVD coating process as well. So utilizing the PVD technology, a titanium-based protective layer is deposited onto the product surface to enhance the corrosion resistance. And then to the final process is actually we're doing the nano coating process. It's advanced spray equipment applies a novel nano coating uniformly onto the product surface and forming a protective film with oil and water repellent properties and hardened protective layers. And then we will do the spray curving tunnel oven. And then we will put it to the tunnel oven here. The product undergoes fully automatic tunnel oven baking to cure the surface nano coating, significantly enhancing the abrasion resistance and the stretch resistance and the easy clean performance. So here we have invested nearly 10 million RMB to establish this cutting-edge fully automatic PVD nano coating production line, which seamlessly integrates the entire manufacturing process from loading, cleaning, sandblasting, PVD coating, nano spraying to the surface curving. And that is what make our the stone texture skill is more unique and more original. So that's pretty much we're going to share today.